Okay, everyone, I think we're going to get started. So if everyone could pile in, find a place to sit, and let's close the doors and make it a little hotter in here, right? Okay, well, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, honored guests, and friends and families of ErinoakKids. My name is Bridget Futrella, and I have the distinct good fortune of being the president and CEO of ErinoakKids. Thank you so much for joining us today for the unveiling of our beautiful new Smile Zones at our Brampton facility. We're delighted that you could join us. A few reminders before we start. First, we would ask you that you turn off your cell phones for the duration of this event. Second, please be aware that we have lots of wonderful photographers, videographers, and media outlets that are here with us this afternoon. So they are going to be recording the proceedings, so everything is on the record. And lastly, Smilezone has asked that we and all of you refrain from posting about this event because they will want to officially distribute it themselves today, and so we would need you to wait until tomorrow before making any of this public. Thanks again to each of you for sharing in this very special unveiling with us. I would like to extend a warm, warm welcome to co-chair and founding member Scott Backley and his wife Jackie, founding member Adam Graves and his wife Violet, our very, very special guest, Smilezone ambassador and Canadian singer-songwriter Alessia Cara and her family, and a big thank you to Randy Lennox of the Smilezone board for putting this event together. From the Government of Ontario, we are very honored to have our new minister, the Honourable Lisa MacLeod, Minister of Children, Community and Social Services, and Minister responsible for women's issues. She has with her her policy advisor, Heather Barlow, and Jad Haffer, tour director, and Senior Operations Advisor, and we also have MPP Sandhu from Brampton West with us today. From the City of Brampton, Mayor Linda Jeffrey is joining us a little bit later, and from the town of Caledon, Mayor Alan Johnson is with us this afternoon, and also our wonderful ErinoakKids Board of Directors. The Smilezone Board of Directors is here in full force, and each and every one of you are special guests. ErinoakKids' fabulous journey with Smilezone began in 2013 when founding members Adam Graves and Scott Backley approached us and generously offered to refurbish some of our most tired spaces with beautiful new Smile Zones. At the time, we were on 11 rented sites, and they were looking pretty nasty. After learning about how hard our clients work to reach their therapeutic milestones and acquire new skills while they are in our care, their vision became our reality over a very busy long weekend in June when the Smilezone team came together, gathered on 2 of our old sites in Mississauga, and effected an incredible and metamorphosis of both time and space. In what seemed like the blink of an eye, but was actually the culmination of months of detailed planning, Smilezone transformed drab and dreary converted office spaces into a kaleidoscope of color, art, and technology that brightened the smiles and soothed the stresses of all who entered our portals, be they clients, families, and parents alike. Indeed, it was an incredible experience to find firsthand the energy and the serenity that these beautiful and oh so functional spaces brought to the clients and families we serve. And I have to say, our staff were pretty jazzed about them too. ErinOak was and is truly privileged to have been Smilezone's first installation in Canada, with 5 installations in 2013. So to date, in aggregate, we are proud to have 8 Smilezone installations, with more to come in Oakville and Mississauga. And so generously, after they finished our Smile Zones, the board and Scott and Adam said, where can we go next, Bridget? Where should we go? And I gave them the names of all other 20 children's treatment centres in Ontario, and they have diligently made their way through all or most of them so far, as well as doing so much more across North America. We absolutely could not be more appreciative. This most generous support and the incredible work Smilezone has undertaken is a testament to everyone's ability there to profoundly shape the experience of children and youth who spend time in children's centres and hospitals across the province of Ontario, in Canada, and the United States. To speak more about the impact and the power of the Smilezone work here at ErinOakkids, I'd like to ask to the podium our board chair, James Sutherland. Thanks, James.
Thank you very much, Bridget. As Bridget mentioned, ErinOakkids was honored to be the site of the Foundation's first 5 Smilezone installations in Canada. At the time, Smilezone wanted to ensure that what they were providing was both suitable for children with disabilities, but also easily transferable to our new sites when completed. They consulted with us on every aspect of their work, from the design to paint color for children with visual sensitivities and even height parameters, all while focusing on our areas of greatest need. These areas included an array of spaces from our main reception area through a central hallway to waiting areas at our centers and at our autism in-center classroom. With each bold Smilezone in these areas, they presented their own unique form of therapeutic benefit for our kids. The Smilezone in the autism in-center classroom focused on skill development and life skills. The installation of vivid, nature-inspired murals, cubbies, cupboards, and a chalkboard, and iPad stations with educational games in this space have been a huge success. Each element provided countless opportunities for children to learn, listen, wait, and spell while promoting independence and communication skills. It doesn't end there. Today, ErinOakKids is proud to be hosting the unveiling of 3 new Smilezones right here in our Brampton site. One installation in the Regional Respite Centre, another by our reception desk, which you may have seen when you came in, a third in our youth zone, and a fourth across from the gym that you can see through the windows. Additionally, we're thrilled that Smilezone will be providing an interactive floor projector, which we saw the minister behave badly upon. Dance badly. It was very, just dancing badly. Anyway, it responds to movement and can be used to stimulate language, physical, and mental development. I won't make any other comments. We know that certainly these Smilezones, as those before them, will be a source of great pleasure and comfort for our clients and their families. Thank you once again to Scott and Adam, along with the entire Smilezone team, for your contribution to our community and to our families. Thank you. Bravo. Aha, still me. I'm now honored to introduce the Minister of Children, Community and Social Services and Minister responsible for women's issues, Lisa MacLeod. Don't come up yet, I have to sing all your praises. Minister MacLeod was first elected to the Ontario Legislature in a 2006 by-election as the youngest MPP in that Parliament, and the youngest Conservative woman to be elected in Ontario, either federally or provincially. She represented the Nepean-Carleton riding, winning elections in 2007, 2011, and 2014, and today continues to represent the constituents of Nepean. She has served on a number of committees, including Vice Chair of the Government Agencies Committee and Legislative Assembly Committees. Minister MacLeod has also made legislative history with Rowan's Law, Canada's first concussion legislation, and was most recently awarded the 2018 Eve Award from Equal Voice for her work with Daughters of the Vote and Livable Legislatures. it is my privilege to formally welcome, for the first time to ErinOakkids, Minister Lisa MacLeod. Thank you for coming.
Thank you very much for having me. It truly is an honor as the Minister of Children and Youth Services, Community and Social Services, Women, Immigration, Poverty Reduction and Veterans in the province of Ontario to be here today at this lovely facility. I'm going to be quick because Dylan is he's a little impatient with all these adults and all their speeches. And that's one thing that I learned when I was elected young, and now I'm not so young. But look, I want to be here today not only as your minister, but as a big supporter of Smilezones. And Scott, I'm really happy to be here today to thank you for your ongoing contributions, not only to the province of Ontario, but particularly to the children who need rehabilitation services in this province. Over 81,000 kids require our support, and you make life easier along with your team in ensuring that when their parents come into maybe less than inviting environment because they might be a bit afraid, that there's some smiles out there. And so I want to say thank you to you for that, for your vision in making life more family friendly and friendly for the kids that require our services in the province, and to make sure that that those who work here are part of a very exciting environment that's a lot of fun for each and everybody that requires physiotherapy, occupational therapy, and speech and language therapy like they offer here at ErinOak. And I might say this is my third visit to a Children's Treatment Center in the time that I have been the minister, and each time I go in there is a smile zone. So you're present in Sarnia, you're present in Kitchener, you're present here in Brampton, you're present in my city of Ottawa, which is always important, and I know you're going to Aurelia next, and that makes me very pleased as minister, because I've always grown up believing that government should be there for people who need it, but also people in our philanthropic community need to be there where they can help, and you've demonstrated that you've been able to do that. So I want to say thank you on behalf of everyone here and the Government of Ontario for the work that you've all done in making sure, it's good to see you too, sir, to be here to support the children that I got to meet today. Now, I know we have Alessia Cara here. How are you? That's awesome. So I have a 4-year mandate. I've been elected already for 12 years, but I think if I used that Omni dance thing for the next 4 years with the kids here, I could go on the road with you as a backup dancer. Like, I'm not even gonna lie, that good. And me and a few of the kids, we were dancing earlier today, so I think that they'd make one heck of a music video for you. Yeah, no, I can't sing is the only problem. But I can give great speeches. So for the next 20 minutes, no, I'm just joking, I won't give another. But I really want to say thanks just to everybody here, Bridget, to you and your entire team for doing the work that you do to collaborate with the community. I know you've recently raised $13 million for your board chair. That's incredible. And I think that we thrive as a community, we thrive as a government when neighbors help each other, and neighbors, when they help neighbors, make great events like this. So thanks for the invitation today. Thanks for all the running around I had. I got to look at the cookies the kids were baking. And so if ever I'm having a bad day, I know I have friends at ErinOak that I can come visit. So thanks very much, and enjoy your day.
Thank you so much, Minister MacLeod. And I think we did keep track of the steps in the tour, and it's somewhere around 3,000. So we're partway there to our daily goal. We're thrilled that you could join us for today's event, and we're very excited to work with your government to ensure kids with disabilities in Ontario receive the services and supports they need, especially in a cost-effective and efficient way. And that's what we do here. Please join me now in welcoming to the stage Town of Caledon Mayor Alan Thompson, first elected to Municipal Council in the fall of 2003 as the area councillor for Ward 2, and subsequently elected to Regional Council in 2006. Mayor Thompson is a lifelong resident of the Town of Caledon. He maintains an active committee schedule at both the Town of Caledon and Region of Peel, and is a member of a number of community organizations. He's been a huge supporter of ErinoakKids. Please welcome Town of Caledon Mayor Alan Thompson.
Well, good afternoon. And you know, it's great to be here for Smilezones here at ErinoakKids. You know, smiles bring the best out of everyone. And I like to put a challenge to everybody here. Try to be angry and sad and smile at the same time. You just can't do it. And I think it would be great, and you know, Minister, I think wouldn't it be great if every politician could smile? It would make things so much easier. And I think maybe we should have smile zones in all government offices. Maybe that's something you can work on. maybe that can change the whole attitude on how we look towards government and what we do. I've always said ErinoakKids is very special, what they do and what they do to serve our community. And I know there's a lot of supporters here today, a lot of people that are in business and private sector see the value in investing. And I'm going to say as mayor and as a regional councillor, thank you, thank you, thank you for everything you do. And I want to thank Smilezones and everybody that's behind it, Mr. Buckley and your construction company and many others that are here as well. This is what helps make hope and possibility through giving hope for kids by showing by example, and what better example is smiling back at one another. And I think communication is one of the key factors, and it's great to be inspiring, but you can't be inspiring and you can't be forceful in whatever you go to do without smiling at people to get people to buy in. And I'm going to tell you, these kids making the investment here is the best money spent anywhere. And I mean, it's a value, not just for the families that are here, but for our communities as well. So on behalf of my council at the town of Caledon, which a lot of our families come here and use, as well as a councillor for all the reach and appeal, I want to thank ErinOaks. I want to thank the collaboration Bridget and all your team have done. Your fundraising committee, everything is bringing everybody together and collaborating. And that's one thing I have learned as mayor, is you can't do things alone, but when you collaborate with others, anything is possible. And I think we've proven that in our municipality, and you've proven this here. And Smilezones is a wonderful addition to what makes this place so special. So congratulations, everybody. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mayor Thompson, and thank you for your ongoing support. I'd now like to ask to the podium one of our clinical services supervisors, Marisa Ramondino. She was with us when we installed the first, I'm saying we, I had nothing to do with it, but no. I'm always happy to take a little credit. She was with us when we installed the first Smilezones and has had firsthand impact of the incredible impact they've had on our children. So, Marisa, where are you? There you are.
Thank you so much, Bridget. Good afternoon, friends, guests, and supporters. As a representative of frontline clinicians and a supervisor at ErinoakKids, I have been witness to the remarkable impact Smilezone has had on the many children and youth who have come through our doors since 2013. At that time, one of Smilezone's first installations at our flagship location on South Millway in Mississauga came in the form of lively murals, comfortable seating where children could read, or iPad stations with interactive games accessible for children with disabilities. This Smilezone proved critical for so many of our clients who found visiting a children's treatment center for the first time to be overwhelming and nerve-wracking. For our families, these bright and inviting spaces put kids at ease, making their visits more palatable, all while fostering learning and development. In particular, our Harry Potter mural that once ran along our main therapy hallway at our former South Millway location and is now here at our Brampton site acted as a type of magical portal for our clients, where anything was possible. Our physicians and our physiotherapists could often be seen encouraging our clients to walk to the flying wheelchair with their new braces, or were able to motivate clients to complete treatment with promises of returning to the murals to recount its many tales. These tales of magical, mystical characters who wore braces, just like the many children we serve with disabilities, created a distinct connection for many of our clients to the characters and their enchanting stories. For many other clients, the murals have prompted conversation and aided in building communication skills. In our autism area at our former North Sheridan site, a wonderful mural featuring lions, elephants, and zebras, along with cubbies for our kids, provided a welcoming entryway into the center. Therapists could draw on the murals as a visual aid to help develop a child's communication abilities, while the cubbies gave each child a sense of belonging. They were so popular that the cubbies in our new autism spaces today were inspired by this treatment. Collectively, these Smilezone installations have formed the very fabric of our client experience at ErinOakkids. Simply put, they have helped encourage our clients to believe the impossible is possible, and for that, we could not be more grateful. On behalf of all clinicians here at ErinOakkids, thank you, Smilezone, for your generous contribution to the many clients and families that we serve.
Thank you so much, Marisa, for coming up and speaking. And Marisa is just one of our 850 staff who make a difference in the lives of children each and every day, and I'm so privileged to work with all of them. I'd now like to ask to come to the podium Carolyn Bell. Carolyn Bell is a member of our board of directors. She has also led the Mothers Support Group for a period of almost 20 years, although you don't look like you could be old enough to do that. She's also the devoted mother of Devon. Devon received services from ErinOakkids for many, many years until she entered the adult service system. So please welcome Carolyn Bell.
Good afternoon. My name is Carolyn Bell. Thank you for coming today, and a big thank you to Smilezone for these beautiful installations. They create a homey reception for the children and youth who come here and instantly help them feel more welcome and comfortable. This is my story. 29 years ago, my husband and Ian and I had a baby girl, and we named her Devon Marie. We had a dream, and we believed all our dreams were about to come true. Instead, we had entered a frightening world of hospitals, doctors, and endless medical treatments. Devon has a very rare genetic mutation, and she is, as far as we know, the second eldest survivor in the world. I believe that this, in large part, is due to the services and support Devon and our family received from ErinoakKids. From the moment we stepped into the doors of ErinoakKids, I felt we had found a home. Sorry, I'm getting emotional. Sorry. A place where we felt comfortable and accepted. A place where Devon was unique, but still a child with her own abilities yet to be discovered and nurtured. A place where the staff were caring, skilled, and willing to give their all to the children, youth, and their families. We realized we still had a dream, but now it had a different shape. ErinoakKids helped us realize that dream through OT, PT, language, communication workshops, medical services, seating clinics, equipment, resource libraries, sibling workshops, transition services, parent groups, and least, but far, far from least, respite services. What is the definition of respite? A short period of rest or relief from something difficult. Well, I can tell you that my definition of respite is way more than that. It gave our family a chance to recharge, take a break from 3 to 10 seizures a day, changing diapers, administrating meds, hooking up feeding tubes, and caring for Devon 24/7. It gave our eldest son, Riley, some one-on-one time, and it gave Ian and myself time to connect, worry less, and smile more. We need a Smilezone. We were able to do this because the staff were incredibly professional, nurturing, and skilled. Most importantly, they love their time with their kids. Devon experienced art, music, laughter, swimming, therapy and stimulating activities, and we would be able to drop her off knowing that she would get the best care possible, and that is respite. When Devin aged out, we no longer had ErinOakKids respite as an option. It resulted in me experiencing caregiver burnout, and our only choice was to place Devin in a long-term care facility with senior citizens. That was one of the most difficult times in my life. I am so thankful for the respite project for MFTD clients who have transitioned into the adult system. My hope and dream is that this will continue. ErinoakKids not only helped Devin realize her full potential, it provided our whole family with opportunities. When our youngest son, Spencer, who had Down syndrome and received services from ErinoakKids, passed away, we were able to create a fund through ErinoakKids to support families who need financial assistance for recreational programs. His legacy helps others at ErinoakKids who helped him and his sister. I was also given the opportunity of becoming parent facilitator of ErinoakKids Mother Support Group, which I've lovingly done for almost 20 years. Here, moms bond together, share stories and resources, and yes, whine and complain, and maybe cry together. Thanks to ErinoakKids for recognizing our deep need to connect. I also had the honor of serving as a board director for 6 years, and I am back on the board now and have the joy of seeing everyone's hard work come to fruition. I swear Bridget, her amazing team, staff, and volunteers have superpowers. And thank you again to Smilezone for helping surround our children with beauty, art, and stimulating technology. You, like ErinoakKids, have made a big difference to the experience and success of our wonderful and truly unique children and youth. Thanks to all of you. We still dream in shades of many hues and brilliance. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Carolyn and Devin, for coming today. And Carolyn, we just couldn't be more fortunate than to have you on our board of directors. We really couldn't. I would now like to introduce Smilezone Foundation's co-chair, Scott Backley. Scott, his wife Jackie, and Adam and Violet Graves created the Smilezone Foundation as a way to make a massive difference in their communities, far and wide and growing. A long-standing supporter of ErinoakKids, as you have heard, Smilezone has worked tirelessly to bring smiles to the faces of kids in our centers and more, of course, and we couldn't be more grateful for their generosity or their support. And as you go around today, please look at these beautiful new Smilezones. I didn't think these sites could look any better, but my goodness, you've taken them to an incredible, optimal state. They're beautiful. Outside of his work with Smilezone, Scott is working towards retirement from Backley Construction, a small family-run business. He has grown into a multi-divisional construction firm focused on custom homes, commercial buildings, and property restoration. I don't know where you find the energy, but you do. So please join me in welcoming Scott Backley.
Thank you, Bridget. On behalf of our board of directors, and there's a lot of them here, I'm not going to actually thank you, block out the everyone in the back, but thank you for coming out today. And thank you for inviting Smilezone back to ErinoakKids. The concept of Smilezone started a few years ago when Adam Graves and I and his wife Violet and my wife Jackie, we were asked to make financial contributions to the new Oakville Hospital. We talked about it numerous times. We came up with an idea and we said, let's start a foundation, and we predetermined it had to be for children, about children, and a benefit to children. And then we thought, why only Oakville? We wanted to reach out to communities large and small. Our vision has no boundaries. We're focused on putting smiles on children's faces across Canada. Our motto is every child deserves to smile. Our very first Smilezone was installed at ErinOakKids in 2013. Over the past 5 years, it's actually 5 years this month when we did ErinOaks in Mississauga, we've built 200 Smilezones across Ontario, including most of the Oakers centres, many children's oncology centres, and more recently, many adolescent mental health facilities. There's already over 150,000 using Smilezones annually in Ontario. We have provided Smilezones as far east as Ottawa, as far west as Windsor, and from Niagara to the south and as far north as Thunder Bay. Our growth pattern has been tremendous, and we hope in the next couple of years to expand outside the borders of Ontario. Smilezone does not change the way our children are treated, nor do we profess to provide equipment or rehabilitation options. But what we are able to do is change the environment that has historically been a relatively blank space. We found that by adding vibrant colors, custom murals, gamification, and technology, it is a more uplifting experience when our children attend for treatment. It's also a huge benefit for the entire family. The most amazing part of Smilezone that the entire project is done in one weekend. Every center we go in on a Friday, we're done by Sunday, and we have it clean and it's ready to go. As ErinoakKids was our first build, this is like a homecoming for us. We have learned a lot from this journey, but without the support of Bridget in particular and her entire team at ErinoakKids, we would not be where we are today, because they certainly taught us the ropes. Thank you. I would also like to thank Alessia and her management team, in particular Chris Smith and Victoria. Chris, we met a year ago. He jumped on board immediately. Alessia, you are a true great Canadian, and we are all Canadian, and we appreciate you giving your name to Smilezone. Thank you. I can tell you that I deal with a lot of various industries in sports and music, and Alessia, when she talked about this right from the very first day, she was a breath of fresh air. She wanted to help children. She's never once asked for a cent of compensation. She's never asked for any special treatment. That's a true tribute to you. Congratulations. And last but not least, my good friend Randy Lennox, who's our fellow board member of Smilezone. Randy, you are a true hero in Canada as well, and thank you for putting us in touch with Alessia. Thank you. In closing, I've run and operated a very successful company over the past 40 years, but I can tell you one thing. Smilezone is the most rewarding and fulfilling thing I've done in my entire life. I am humbled not to be only a part of Smilezone, but to meet the great people that work in our healthcare system, doctors, nurses, volunteers, and amongst all, and including the staff at ErinoakKids. In all honesty, you are the true heroes in life, not us. It's the people that work at these organizations. You inspire me and our entire Smilezone organization. Thank you. I would like to call on Randy Lennox, please, to introduce Alessia.
Good afternoon, everyone. As a member of the Smilezone Board of Directors, and I see you all there in the second row, we have spent the last 5 years supporting Adam and Scott, your amazing vision. And when Scott just announced that it's over 200 Smilezones, I think that they deserve a round of applause. So as a Smilezone board member, our job is to accentuate the positive, to help these two gentlemen carry on their vision. And as part of that, we started talking with Alessia about a year ago, as Scott said. And it was absolutely fantastic. Alessia came in, we first met 4 years ago, a very unusual circumstance. Alessia was coming in to play for Universal Music with her mom and dad. And we all met, and you played on an acoustic guitar song called Here, which went on to be a worldwide hit. Alessia then went on to win the Best New Artist at the Juno Awards. and suddenly the Best New Artist at the Grammy Awards, which is the real prize around the world. And I'm very, very proud of our association and very proud of you, because the one thing I've learned being in the artist business my whole life is artists, like people, do change. And when success happens, sometimes you don't recognize someone years later. In this case, Alessia, and to Alessia's mom, who's here with her today, you're exactly the same as the day I met you. And as Scott said, I'm very proud of that for you. And I wish you only the very best in trajectory. And you said yes in 1 New York minute to being involved with Smilezone, and we're very grateful for that. So thank you. And everybody, Alessia Cara.
Hi. That was a really nice intro. I feel like I have to live up to the intro now. I feel like a politician up here. This is really cool. I'm not very good with public speaking, so I'm sorry. This is why I write music instead. So I apologize if I stumble over myself. But I am truly, truly honored to be here. As Scott and Randy said, I heard about Smilezone about a year ago, and I was just so on board right away with everything that you're about. I think it's incredible what you do for young kids, because obviously kids are the future, but it's so nice to be a part of something that's so filled with goodness and selflessness. It's amazing. I just recently, like 5 minutes ago, saw that one of the newer rooms, which is inspired by my lyrics to my song Scars to Your Beautiful. And I admittedly was very taken aback and emotional by it, because as a kid from Brampton myself, all I've ever wanted was to inspire people or change any life in any way that I could. So it's really an honor to be able to do that, and I hope that any kid who walks into that room can be inspired to maybe create art or music of their own. That would be incredible. This is not about me, though. I do want to take a quick second to, of course, acknowledge the staff and everyone behind ErinOakKids and Smilezone for dedicating a huge portion of your lives to being good and doing good for kids and pushing kids to the best of their ability. You're incredible, and you inspire me. And to all the kids, you inspire me, and I'm sure you are all incredible, incredible kids. And by your own doing and by the doing of everyone here, I think you're going to be some incredible adults as well. So thank you so much for having me. I'm going to go because I'm shaking, and I don't want to ramble. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Alessia. I can see why Randy thinks so highly of you, and I think we all do too, and keep being yourself. Once again, I'd like to extend our deepest thanks to Smilezone for your work and continued support of ErinOakKids and the clients and families that we serve. Through the craft of art and the aid of technology, you've helped to ensure that all children and youth with disabilities discover their true potential. You're providing children and youth with the opportunity to feel included, secure, and happy. And you're helping to create a future for them full of promise and hope. On behalf of myself, Bridget Futrell, and the entire board of directors of ErinOakKids, I'd like to thank you all for joining us today to celebrate this extraordinary occasion. I'd also like to extend our sincerest gratitude to you, Alessia, for making this day extra special. We at ErinOakKids are so thrilled you could be here, and I know our clients are equally excited. As a token of our appreciation, I'd like to invite you to the stage to accept a small gift on behalf of ErinOakKids. Bridget, could you please join us? No. Where's the gift? Ah, there it is. Okay. Oh, let me just, before I show you. This gift was created by our clients, especially for Alessia, and is representative, indeed, of the many talented and gifted clients we serve at ErinOakKids. Thank you once again.
Thank you so much. This is beautiful. Look at the tiny little animals.
Oh, no, so
Thank you so
Thank you.
much. Thank you very
Thank
much.
you.
You guys are amazing.
That's great.
Yes, absolutely.
Oh, okay.
Do you want? Should I get in the middle?
You get in the
Yeah,
middle.
we'll all be together. Thank you so much. This is beautiful.
Oh, which one? Okay. Great,
Thank you so much. Thank you very much.
Beautiful. And now, for the final item, I'd like to invite all of our speakers to join Alessia, you have to come back up, and myself on stage for a formal ribbon cutting ceremony. I'd like to ask all the others if you can remain seated for the ceremony. And once we're done, please do remain seated. We'll then direct you to our reception area where we will have light refreshments available. So thank you again for coming, and please come up for the ribbon cutting. And where's the... All right, all speakers.